Death toll in Syria's Sweida province has surged to 1,120 people. According to a war monitor, the dead include hundreds of Druze civilians and fighters, many reportedly executed. This comes as, according to report, Israel has dispatched urgent medical aid, including equipment and medicine, to the Druze community in Syria's Sweida province. Hospital staff in Sweida report at least 400 bodies, with more still arriving. Some victims were buried without identification. A ceasefire is holding for now, but the humanitarian toll continues to mount. Let's have a look at what a medic from Sweida had to say.
أطفال ونساء وكبار وناس كبار بالعمر ومشايخ، ناس أعمارها يعني بال70 و80 سنة، كلها مو مخلين حدا إلا ما متعرض لإصابات. بالمشفى لا يقل عن 400 جثمان للشهداء اللي استشهدوا بالأحداث، هي غير اللي كانت موجودة بالبيوت طبعا، ولحد إسا بعدها عم تنجاب، وفي جثامين اندفنت فورا وما انجابت على المشفى.
Now we're joined by Ambassador Suresh Goyal. He's a former diplomat joining us live from New Delhi. Thank you, Ambassador, for joining us today. What does this escalating violence indicate about the current state of Syria's government and internal conflicts?
If one word that comes to my mind, it is tragedy. It is a political tragedy, conflict which could have been easily avoided. Throughout my 40 years of diplomatic career, Syria has faced many issues, but not the Druze issues, so to say, to the kind of extent that we are now witnessing. And this began to happen particularly after the installation of Shara government after Assad, which, and if you recall, the current leadership was known to be affiliated to ISIL, that is the IS Islamic Levant, and while it was actually feared that this could actually lead to the Islamic tension, it is not Islamic tension, but I think those kind of tendencies and the demographics are now being used by certain interested countries to start creating problems in Syria. And the Druze versus Bedouin conflict, there have been problems in the past, but not the kind that you begin to have armed conflict between the two communities there. Druze have been part of the government in the past, really. And therefore, unexpected tragedy. And I do hope that these kind of demographic divisions are not exploited by certain prejudiced parties the way it is being done now. Yes.
And Ambassador Suresh, now Israel has been interfering, including helping the Druze community as well as attacking the Syria's Sweida.
Yes.
So how significant is this intervention according to you?
Very significant. I remember that but around, I think, 3 or 4 months ago, till at that time, when certain claims were made about Druze community in Syria, the discrimination against them, etc., etc., the head of the Druze community at that time had made a statement about being part of the Syrian government, Syrian community, the Syrian politics, and it was expected that it will not go beyond that really. But it is gone. There is a small Druze community in Israel. It is leading to the kind of political and military intervention that Israel is making in that area because of the Golan Heights. And if that continues, and I think the problem should be solved really by Syria from inside, but if this kind of an intervention continues, I do expect increasing Middle Eastern instability combined with Gaza, what is happening in Gaza, combined with various other parts of the Middle East, is going to be a terrible, terrible kind of a situation.
And
Yes.
Ambassador, with the Syrian government, opposition forces, and foreign powers involved, what more can the international community be doing to address this crisis?
Uh, if by the international community you mean the Gulf countries, I think the Gulf countries are not really interested at the moment. As I've seen, they are preoccupied with what is happening in Gaza. They're preoccupied with the situation in Persian Gulf. Uh, but I would expect that the European countries and the West will try and persuade the powers in the area not to escalate tensions, not to escalate the military conflict, but try and move towards a political kind of a dialogue where the communities in Syria can be part of the political process there, and who can become who can participate, who can become part of the community there rather than leading to a greater escalation. And I think in this case, countries who have influence with Israel will have a great role to play in avoiding that kind of escalation.
Thank you for sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we stay on this topic. Now